Hi, my name is Sara Mattix. I am your Jamberry Nails consultant, and today I am going to show you how to put your Jamberry nails on. First of all, nice clean nails. We're going to take a rubber cuticle pusher, or even your orange stick will work as well. Just use this end of it, and you're going to push all your cuticles back. Okay, I've already done that before we started. You're going to take and push them all back, and then you're going to take your nail buffer and you're going to buff your nails. Again, I did that before we started. And then the last thing that you want to do for your nail prep is you're going to take an alcohol wipe or a cotton ball with rubbing alcohol on it. And you're going to wipe down all your nails to get all of the oils off and any of the dust from buffing and all that kind of stuff. Now once you've done this, make sure you're not like rubbing your nails on your skin or anything like that, because that'll just put the oils right back on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tip you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you see I've got my wraps that I'm going to use. I've got my nail scissors. I like the curved ones. I've got a nail file, and it's a medium grit, I believe. And then I've also got my rubber cuticle pusher, which I love, and our orange stick. And the other thing you're going to need is a heat source. I like to use our mini heaters. They're very quiet. I'm going to turn this on, and you're not going to be able to hear it very much at all. I love it because it's a hands-free application, and there we go. And it's quiet, so you can watch TV and do other things, and you don't have to worry about it being loud. So the first thing you want to do after you have your nails clean is figure out which wrap you're going to put on which finger. So I'm going to start with my pinky finger, and I already know which one fits, but for those of you that don't, they've got this clear backing, which makes it really easy to just hold your finger up to it and determine which one's going to fit. I like to kind of wrap it around a little bit so I can see. You're going to want to see a tiny sliver of nail on the side. So that one shows too much. So this is the one that I need. You don't want it to touch your cuticles. You want to see a tiny sliver of nail all along the sides. So make sure you don't go too big on that. And then, so once you know which wrap you're going to use, you're going to take your orange stick and you're going to use that to kind of help peel it up from the backing. You don't want to touch these where they're going to be on your nails, because then that'll transfer the oil from your fingers. Wow, these are, there we go. And I just use the orange stick to kind of roll that up. And then I hold it here, and I take my scissors. And I like to cut it directly in half so I have some wrap to play with. Some people like to save the middle sections to do their toes with and stuff. It's up to you. But make sure you cut it long enough. You don't want to cut it too short. But like I said, I like to cut mine in half. And then you can use it and keep it on your orange stick and heat it that way. Personally, I have a harder time getting it where I need it on my finger if I use the orange stick. And since mine are plenty long, I just grab the very, very, very tip with my fingers, because I know that that part's going to end up getting cut off or filed off anyhow. You're going to hold it in front of the heater just for a few seconds, just till it starts to curl. I don't know if you saw that. See how it kind of curled up a little bit. And you're going to take and you're going to position it on your nail. And don't push it down yet till you know exactly where you have it. See, I've got it, it's a little bit too close to my cuticle here down at the bottom. So I'm going to actually lift that back up and replace it right there. And then when you've got it where you want it, you're going to push it down. You're going to push all the way around the sides. I like to use my thumb first just to get the pressure on there. And then I'll take my rubber cuticle pusher. And then you're going to push all the way around the edges like this. Nice and do quite a bit of pressure there, all the way to the tip. Now see, I've got my edges don't look like they really want to stick very well. So what I do is I'll take the rubber cuticle pusher and I will heat it up with the mini heater, just the tip of it. And then I don't put a lot of pressure on it. I just kind of hold it on there, and it helps adhere it to the nail better. Okay, so mine looks like this right now. See, I've got all that extra wrap. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off the excess. I'm going to leave just a little bit of wrap on there still so that you have something to file off. Okay? See, if you look at it this way, I've got a little bit of wrap sticking up on the top, and I like it that way because I like to be able to see what I'm filing off. Okay? One last little press down. You're going to take your nail file, and in a downward motion only, you never want to go up and down or side by side. You're going to take and you're going to file off that excess. Okay, make sure you get those corners, the edges of your nails real well. And there we go. This one is called Mermaid Tails, by the way. And then I'm going to heat it just for a little bit longer, just a little bit, and then use that cuticle pusher and get back in there and really push that down. And it's that easy. Now I'm going to keep going with a couple more nails because I want to show you what to do if you encounter some problems, because sometimes that happens, like bubbling at the tips and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other pinky nail, which wears the same size. Again, I know mine are cut too long, so I can use my fingers to pick it up. If you're cutting them just the right length, make sure you use your orange stick. Just a few seconds on the heater. Can't seem to get that in the picture here. There we go. Okay, curled up a little bit. And get this where we want it. Yep, that's a little bit crooked. Okay, you're just going to push it down. Push it down. Get that cuticle pusher. Again, you don't have to use this, but I do highly recommend it. They are awesome. Okay. Till it's on where it's supposed to be. Push down nice and neat. Then we're going to do our trimming. And you got to make sure that the wrap cools a little bit before you trim it. You don't want to heat it, put it on, and trim it right away. You just got to give it a few seconds to cool off. Well, not the trimming. I guess it's the filing you don't want to do right after you heat it. Okay. I'm having some issues cutting this one. There we go. Now, if you, I'm right-handed, so using my scissors with my left hand is definitely more difficult. And if you prefer, you can always use nail clippers to clip off the wrap. Just make sure you leave a little bit left for filing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and file this off. Okay. Oh, now see, here's a prime example. I've got this little tiny bubble at the tip of my finger. I don't know if you can see it or not. But there's a tiny little bubble up there. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to take my cuticle pusher, hold it in front of that heater, get it nice and warm. And then I'm not going to put pressure. I'm just going to set it right on that bubble. The tiniest little pressure. And look, it's gone. The bubble's gone. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the edges again with this. Another way, if you have a habit of getting a lot of bubbles on your tips, is to, as you're putting them on, kind of give them a little bit of a stretch as you're applying them and pushing them down, and that should help with the bubbles too. But just putting a heated rubber cuticle pusher on those bubbles seem to make them go away. You can use a metal one, however, be careful that it doesn't get too hot, because sometimes the wraps, it will melt the wraps if it gets too hot, and you also don't want to burn yourself, okay? And if you have any questions, make sure you contact me, but that's how I apply mine, and it seems to work the best, and I hope that you have as much fun with these as I did. So let me know if you have any questions, and happy Jamberry!